Today is the 22nd of November, 2022. Isn't that crazy? I didn't even plan for that, but that's the biggest bragging right I have over any of my children or grandchildren is that I lived through 10-10-10, which is National Ben 10 Day. I'm going to learn to draw, and I'm going to start a webtoon, and I'm going to animate a bunch of shit and become famous and tell stories and shit. That's the plan. So I'm doing this as a way of forcing myself to draw every day, so I can actually improve, because otherwise nothing's going to change. I want to make books, I want to make comics. I don't know, I have fun doing it. I like reading comics and books and watching animated stuff on YouTube. So we're gonna go with that dream for a while. So yeah, day one, I want to do this thing every day where I pose with whatever I've drawn today, as a sort of thing that they used to do. You know, back in the day on YouTube, it used to be really popular, like a photo a day, and then you'd go back and there'd be like 4,000 photos. I want to do that. This isn't entirely accurate because I've drawn these days ago, but the fact remains. How should I hold it? Does that look slightly criminal? I don't know. Okay, well there you go. That's today's work. It actually isn't. Let me explain what I'm doing today. So, I'm doing a course called Drawbox. If you know me any bit, I've probably talked about it to you like 100 times. And part of the Drawbox course is doing this thing called the 250 box challenge. Get this, you draw 250 boxes. I'm on box 19, but these ones I haven't finished yet and I'm really tired. So I wanted to just take that photo now, because worst case scenario, I don't get it done, at least I still have a photo for today. But best case scenario, I do finish it and I can still put up, I can take another photo today, which would just be fucking perfect. As for where to go next, I still have a lot to do. I need to learn how to color. I know fuck all about coloring. I need to learn how to do digital art if I want to do anything with webtoons. Digital art scares me because I'll draw something in real life and I'll be vaguely happy with it, but then if I touch digital at all, it always looks like shit. And I don't know why. Because I'm employing the same methods. So is it just a mental thing where I just think it looks worse? Is it an actual thing that I'm like, oh, I'm using Krita wrong? Or is it some mix of the two? I don't know. But either way, I need to learn how to use digital. I need to learn character design. I need to learn storytelling. I need to learn, what else do I need to learn? Photoshop, After Effects. I need to learn animation techniques. I need to learn basically a lot of things that old Connor has to learn. And preferably before the end of college, so I'd be 24 by the time I know all of this information, if not sooner. We'll get there. Fuck it, man. How hard can it be? How hard can it fucking be? I'm posting a series of photos to my Twitter where I document my playthrough of Scarlet and Violet as if it were an anime, because I'm fucking adoring that game. And no one's liking my tweets, so please go like my tweets. What else? Man, I don't fucking know. I learned about grandfather I had called David, who was super cool. Like, so he would have been alive in like the he was like from the 1920s to 1980s, I think. And he was apparently, so for those who are just tuning in, hi, welcome. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere in the middle of Ireland. And David was apparently super ahead of his time. Like, my dad has like a huge appreciation for him. Like, he had like a telescope, and he had like a camera, and he had like film and like video cameras, and he had like a projector, and he had a monthly subscription to National Geographic. Keep in mind, this was like the maybe 30s or 40s in Ireland. Like, super ahead of his time. That shit's so cool. That's what I want to be like, you know, to my kids, or not, I guess not my kids, but my sister's kids or whatever. Or else, I guess, my grandkids. But it's just like, I don't know, it's hard to imagine being that, like the idea of being ahead of your time. I feel like it's hard to imagine in your time, because how do you know if you're ahead of your time until you're ahead of it, you know? I like coffee. It keeps me going, but it also burns my throat, so I'm not sure if it's good for me. But it might get me to do more stuff tonight. I only have about 3 hours before I'm gonna go to bed. I have like a whole schedule now. I'm gonna study, homework, draw, do YouTube shit, do all of it. I'm gonna do all of it every single day. Because, I mean, it's gotta happen one way or the other. May as well do all of it right now. Yeah, that's basically it. School's fine. Like, there's a bit more work because we're getting closer to freeze and stuff, and the projects are ramping up. But yeah, you know, same old, same old. I'll draw more tomorrow. I might do some more fun drawings tomorrow. I have a couple actually that I can show you. Yeah, hang on. So on the back here, you have a bunch of random thoughts. You can pause the video and examine it. But here's the actual cool stuff. Now these two are copyrighted, which means I just stole them off Pinterest and redrew them. But the other ones are all mine. I like this one the most. This one's really nice. I like that little guy. Don't know what he is, but I like him. He's kind of cool. And like, I feel like I'm not too far off where I want to be, drawing wise. So like, Ordeor, Vune, The Amazing World of Gumball, that kind of style. I know they're all three different styles that I just named, but like, here, I'll put a bunch of photos up of the type of thing that I want to make. There's kind of like two different schools of thought, and then I'm guessing once I have the ability to make them, I'll sort of combine them together. Let me tell you something, art is super easy and it's super exciting. I love it so much, but the problem is you need the tools to be able to do it, you know? But it's like, it's trying to get those tools and learn them that's the difficult part. But like, once you've learned to use the tools, you can build whatever the fuck you want. And that's the fun part. So if you're learning to draw as well, my advice to you is don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.